What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. Yes, I agree. But like I talked about in my last video, the update video, I'd be doing some pretty cool stuff while during the month of February and onward. So I'm actually here at the Salt Lake Central station here to pick up my friend Bo, who is actually taking the front runner from a little further north to Salt Lake. Sorry there. And we are actually headed to the Second Amendment rally that is being held today at the Utah State Capitol. We are showing up to show our support and to express to the legislature that we are opposed to a few different bills that are being proposed in this year's election, or this year's voting cycles. If you are a Second Amendment advocate or enthusiast, I don't know. I'm an advocate. I feel like I'm an advocate because it's something I care about and it's something that I want to preserve. So I'm going to use my First Amendment right to protest the infringements, what I believe are infringements on the Second Amendment. I think it's going to be great because there is going to be a lot of people, important people that are going to be there. The Shooters Council is going to be there. There's a really great gentleman, and I'll feature him a little bit later, that will be the keynote speaker today. And I think you'll enjoy that. But in the meantime, let's get traveling there. Well, we made it. We're at the Capitol. Ooh, that's pretty.
Hey, look, it's Cherokee Jack.
Cherokee Jack. Oh.
I'm sorry.
So I'm here with Bo, and we're at the rally. We're just on the east side of the Capitol building here.
Hello, YouTube.
Yeah, hi, Bo. Yeah, so we're just heading over to where everybody's congregating. We're going to meet with the Utah Gun Exchange people, who actually told me to come see them so we can get free shirts. It's not what we're here for, but they said they offered, so that's what we're doing.
We'll do free anytime.
Free. Yeah. We're out in front of the Capitol building now, and as you can see, the turnout's not bad so far. People are still trickling in, and I think it's going to be a pretty good turnout because I've seen a lot of people post about it on social media, on multiple sites and whatnot. But yeah, super excited.
What size?
What size do you have? Too large.
Too large? Please. Too larges, buddy.
Oh, look.
No, I already saw
You
that.
can see the license plate right
I
there.
already saw that. That was pretty
Yeah, we got our license. plate.
So right now we're just waiting for people to get here. It's not quite 11 yet, but we are going to be listening to the speakers like I was telling you earlier. And I think, you know, there's some pretty good amount of people here so far. And yeah, I'm fairly pleased with, you know, the people that are here. And, yeah, it's great. So stay tuned.
Clark is the pro-gun activist. He's head of the USSC, and he basically works a lot in the legislature to keep the laws correct. With that, I give you Clark a potion.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you for that. That was wonderful. This is, my gosh, this is, I couldn't have picked a better day. So let's start off. Good morning, Utah. What better place to be than among people that love this great state, love their families, love their God, and love and cherish their freedom. I'm here on a task to bring you some news. The Utah Shooting Sports Council, along with other gun groups, have been actively lobbying this legislature, informing and educating many of them. I'm proud to be a part of the effort, along with many of the gun groups represented here today, and I hope I get them. I know we've got Oath Keepers, we've got the Utah Shooting Sports Council, Utah Gun Rights, Gun Owners of Utah, Utah Shooters, Long Range Shooters of Utah, Utah Gun Exchange, the Utah Militia, Open Carry Utah, and others. I'm sorry if I have skipped any of you. I gotta thank, right now, I have to thank my wife, Casey Jane, who I met while teaching a school employee concealed carry class we put on just after Sandy Hook. This June will make 2 years that we've been married. She is my shooting partner, my biggest defender, and my best friend. She encourages me daily, and with her blessing, I'm able to continue this work. Thanks, Casey. I want to thank my board, Randall Doyle, Brent Tenney, Woody Powell, Bill Scott, and the co-host of Gun Radio Utah, Bill Pedersen. He's over there somewhere, he's real tall. Along with our newest and youngest board member, Crystal Perry. I'm often thanked for the work that is done, but much of the credit goes to my board, without whom it would not be possible, so thank you. All right, it is sad. It's sad that counties across this nation, even a county in this great state of Utah, Uinta County, have to declare themselves a sanctuary for the Second Amendment. 229 years ago, December 15th, 1791, it was ratified into the Bill of Rights, the first 10 amendments to the Constitution. It's the law of the land. It states, a well-regulated militia, being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. This right was not granted to us by that ratification. It was merely enumerated. It was listed. It was counted. It was recorded as a pre-existing right. But we see the very people who should be examples of knowing and obeying and administering and judging that law are most often the egregious violators of it. It's further disappointing, disheartening, troubling at the very least, to see a county mayor of this, the most populous city or county in the state, thumb her nose at the elected representatives and disregard the very plain intent of this legislature by prohibiting someone from selling a firearm to another person. This is an obvious violation of our state's preemption laws related to firearms. The Utah Shooting Sports Council acted quickly and decisively to fix this. We contacted Representative Corey Malloy, one of the rock stars up there, who drafted a bill. It's out yesterday to address this, along with penalties for the mayor and anyone and any entities that violate it in the future. What bill number? I'm going to tell you how to find those bill numbers. All right. I was asked recently, what is the difference between creating a sanctuary city for the Second Amendment and a sanctuary city for illegal aliens? My answer, one is a constitutionally enumerated right in the law, and the other isn't. One is existing statute to protect the law-abiding and to provide safety and security for self, family, state, and country, and the other isn't. It's a big thank you to the county commissioners of Uinta County, their leadership and their message. I don't think it's a coincidence that Casey and I have just purchased a home in Uinta County. Talk a little bit about red flag laws. They got tired of us waiting to commit crimes in order to take our firearms. So they instituted gun confiscation laws that require no criminal action on our part whatsoever to take those guns away. And we exclaim, but our due process rights. They tell us that due process is what they say it is. So how did we come to this when you can take away a constitutionally protected right on an evidentiary standard used in traffic court? But worse, because in traffic court, you at least get to face your accusers real time, not 2 weeks later after you've been judged. Make no mistake. This law, that red flag law, is not about helping people. This is about confiscating guns. All right, so are there people actually, though, in society that legally own firearms that may be dangerous? Yeah, indeed there are. If they are indeed dangerous as a person, then why are we taking but one tool, the gun, from them, and leaving the dangerous person to wreak havoc in other ways? Well, because this is nothing but a gun confiscation scheme. Now, realize they've been trying this for 20 years, and to date, it has been rejected by more than 30 states in 20 years. So I have some great news for this crowd. Because of your efforts, the red flag legislation in Utah is dead. It was announced last week, but it didn't go down quietly. It's been the third year in a row. The sponsor of this legislation stated recently, "It may take a cultural shift in Utah to accept extreme risk protection orders," those red flags. To this I say, if you don't like the culture in Utah, I'm sure there is a sanctuary for you somewhere. I like this guy. He's a good guy. Now, he further states, that same legislator further states, that they will need an uprising of Utah voices to drown out the loud gun lobby. That's right. The anti-gun folks then in the same newspaper article said, "I don't understand," I'm going to do my best voice of them, "I don't understand why every year the number of lives lost go up," fake news, "and I don't understand why the legislators are so reluctant to enact this good law." Then she added, "Utah's gun lobby has unmistakable influence." So who is the gun lobby? You are. It is that person that's in front of you, the person to your left, the person to your right, the person standing behind you today. It's the people watching your kids so you can make it here today. It's your mom, it's your dad who brought you up to love freedom and accept responsibility. It's your hunting buddy. It's the person who taught you how to shoot safely and how to protect yourself and your family with a firearm. It's the people in your hunter safety class, your concealed carry class. It is those that show up to shovel the widow's walk, to bring food to those in need, that donate their time, their energy, and their money because they won't wait for the government to do it. That's the gun lobby, and I'm proud as hell to join with you and be part of it. That legislator wanted to drown out the voice. You cannot and will not drown our voice. You never have been able to, and by my God, you never will. We, right now, are the stewards of that law, of the Second Amendment, passed and ratified in December of 1791. We're the current holders and protectors of our right to keep and bear arms for lawful self-defense, of our family, our neighborhood, our state, our country, and our way of life. Think about it. We carry and have at the ready fire extinguishers, smoke detectors, seat belts, first aid kits, as well as firearms, in the dreaded anticipation of their use. We are not waiting. We're not hoping for a chance we get to use them. But if it comes to it, be assured, we and our families are going home every night. And we will do what is necessary to continue our way of life. And we make no apologies for that. My board and I have heard from so many of you and what you'd like us to tell those making the laws here behind me. For those politicians, those bedwetting hand-wringers who say, "No guns in schools," to them we say, until you can ensure protection to our children, the staff and faculty, from crazed lunatics who enter the school and kill at will, shut up and get out of the way while we protect our own. To the same that say we don't like guns, then don't buy one. While you're at it, when someone breaks into your house, don't call the police, because while you refuse to protect yourself, you require others to put their lives at risk. To those so Pollyannic to think that a criminal will submit to a background check if they pass a lot of, wake up. It hasn't reduced crime in any state or in any city that has enacted them. To those that cry, we need common sense gun laws now, we say, what do you not understand about a 45-year low in violent crime? To those that say, the youth want us to ban the most popular modern sporting firearm, the sport utility of firearms, even though their occurrence in crime is at the very bottom of the list of items which include even knives and fists. To them we say, when did we start taking important constitutional life and death advice from someone whose bedtime is 9 p.m. on a school night? They tell us here in Utah that we need to have a law to remind us to secure our firearms against unauthorized access. Yet, here in Utah, we have one of the lowest accidental injury rates in the country, but the same folks reject efforts to give us rebates on gun safes. All right, let's talk about some legislation. Yeah. Now, if you go to utah.gov, that's easy. Utah.gov, and follow the links to the government, to the legislature, to the bills, you can look up. In fact, there's one drop-down list that just says weapons. And you can find all those that relate to weapons. You can find the bill number, you can find the sponsor. I'm going to give you some sponsors right now. Criminalizing private transfers, Representative Brian King. Banning carrying a visible firearm within 500 feet of a school, Representative Briscoe. Criminalizing an unlocked firearm, even though the DA of this very county fails to prosecute egregious violations of existing law that address this very thing. Representative Waite. Civil liability for selling a firearm. So I guess if we're not going to hold the criminal responsible, we might as well prosecute the innocent seller. Representative Stoddard. There are some good laws, though. There are some good laws. Creating civil liability if you enact a gun-free zone and someone is harmed. That's coming up this session. Penalizing entities that violate state firearm preemption laws. Representative Corey Malloy. A bill requiring a study of all the data points on exactly how guns are obtained and used in crime. Representative rock star Carrie Ann Lisenby. In fact, I want to thank a few. I want to thank Representative Malloy. I want to thank Representative Lisenby, Representative Coleman, Representative Elison, Representative Christiansen, Walt Brooks, and many others. In fact, I'm talking about that. Did you know that we do have a constitutional common sense carry bill being drafted as we speak? In this session. All right, so for more on those and all the proposed legislation, go to utah.gov and follow those links. While you're all there, let it be your goal for your legislators, for you to know your legislators, and for them to know you. Ask them how they will vote on that specific legislation and tell them how you would like to be represented. Follow that legislation and their votes on that website. So because of your support, and on behalf of the Utah Shooting Sports Council, we pledge to you that we will continue to work with the other great and dedicated gun groups in this state to protect our right to keep and bear arms so that we can finally lay down in our graves, battered, torn, and tired. We can pass on to our children these rights for them to use and then to protect. Thank you.
It's bullshit, these bad guys, but at least we like them here. Now, there are bad gun laws being proposed on a state and national level. A good gun law that we need to get passed on a state and national level. Thank you for coming out today and all of you.
How do you like it?
It runs really well. It's amazing suppress.
I talked to a lot of guys. I'd like to get all
So everybody like reposted it and then ended up doing direct. But
there you go.
Well, that rally is a wrap. It was kind of it got kind of cold really quickly, and yeah, we're gonna get food now. But I think that was a good turnout, like I said, and I feel like I met a lot of good people that I didn't think I'd meet on in person for a while. All the Instagram peeps, shout out to you guys.
Sometime in the summertime, just a quick I'll get the big one in May.
What'd you think?
That's why I don't want that.
It was good. Yeah. It was good. No.
Second Amendment, dog.
you want to give the camera some love? There you go.
So now we're off to take a lift to our place of dining, and when Logan was actually saying, "Hey, we should take these back to the truck," I didn't think that he was actually talking about the firearms, because you know they're so normal to me. I thought he was talking about his crutches. I'm like, dude, don't you need those? So shame on me.
Can't touch the help.
Yeah, she was surprised, and yeah, it was funny.
You were so into that. You're like, yeah. I looked over and you're like, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
It was funny.
If you're new to the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button if you'd like it, and I will see you in the next one.